December 2022, I got married to this wonderful man. The devil was not happy about it, and it struck January 2023. I was involved in a ghastly accident. The driver died. The person in front of me died. The person behind me died. The person that was behind me died. The person by my side died. My husband was on the other side, waiting for me to come because I was moving from Port Harcourt to Yo. He called my numbers. They were not going through. He reached the people he could reach because he thought I was kidnapped. He started playing NSPPD, prayer against obituary and death. Unknown to him, they took out the people that were injured. They took them out and they left me among the dead. Probably I had died because I was not conscious of anything. I was gone. But he was over there, putting his hand on the ground and saying, I will not bury and I will not be buried. I woke up hours later when they had carried the other ones that were injured to the hospital, and I was taken to the hospital. My femur was broken. The 2 bones in my hands were broken. I had a big cut on my face because I sat by the window. The devil is a liar. I thank God for the prayer altar because when I was in the ICU for 3 weeks straight, my husband was playing NSPPD. And for every time, God always had a word for me. We conducted the facial surgery and the leg surgery and the hand surgery. The facial surgery was better, but the femur surgery was complicated because my leg was broken in pieces, the comminuted fracture. The doctor discharged me, though the leg was infected. He said that I am free to go. My husband said no, that he cannot take me home with iron sticking out from my leg and an infection in my leg. He took me to another hospital. There the man said that if this infection had gone further, they would have had to amputate my legs. Anyway, they worked on this surgery. But because of the infection, I had to be on a dose that was costing 25,000 naira per dose, and I took it for a period of 3 weeks. But the wound was not healing. During that period, I was now praying for open wounds. Every open wound seal up.
Every open wound is sealing up. Is sealing up.
I took the highest dose of antibiotics. It did not work. When Pastor prayed that prayer, my husband came that morning and I told him, I heard my word. This wound is sealing up today. That's what God did. From that day, the wound dried up. I was now discharged from the hospital. I was on a wheelchair when I was discharged from the hospital, and I was at home. Then the UK conference prayer came. People were carrying up their wheelchairs. People were standing up and walking. I said, no, I have to stand up and walk. My husband was not at home. I stood up. My husband was not at home, but my brother-in-law was at home. He saw me walking out of the room. He shouted, is this you? Is this you walking? I said, yes, it is me. I'm walking. Despite the antibiotics that was given to me, the high dose of antibiotics, I came into the testimony of people with pregnancies. During the April prayer period, people were testifying of pregnancy that was associated to the August prayers of Papa's birthday. I placed my hand on my stomach and I claimed it. I got pregnant to a bouncing baby boy. This baby has no deficiency, no deformity whatsoever. I did not know I was pregnant. I was still taking the antibiotics. The antibiotics I took were the highest form of antibiotics. I held my baby with my hands and I danced. God did not stop there. Oh, God has beautified my life and the life of my family. My husband told me about a scholarship, NDDC scholarship. There are some reservations I have when it comes to Nigerians funded governmental scholarship. I don't want to apply. He insisted, said, babe, apply. I applied for the scholarship under the category of artificial intelligence. I studied economics in school and I did a little bit of data analysis, but I was not really deep into data science and artificial intelligence. But they put me on the artificial intelligence category, so I had to prepare. The day of the exams, we joined NSPPD. And Papa said, God will order your steps.
Hey.
3 minutes to the exams, I entered a particular site. I answered the questions. All those things I read, days to the exams, none of them came out. But the one I opened 3 minutes to the exams, that is where they got the questions from.
Hey.
And I scored 40 over 50.
Hey.
God blessed me with a scholarship I did not expect. Fully funded. And then came the UK policies. You cannot go with your dependents if you are studying masters. Papa now spoke. Policies are changing.
Yeah.
Policies are changing for you.
At the sound of your amen, rules shall be broken for you. Policies shall be overturned because of you. Receive it.
The UK government now reviewed their policies, and there was a clause: fully funded government students, you can move with your dependents. Tomorrow I'm going home. God is a good God. He's a God that sees us. He's faithful. He gathered the pieces of my life together. You people are celebrating with me, not because of who I am, but because of the mercies of God upon me, because of the prayers on the altar, because of Papa Jerry. Your word strengthened me.